5-1 in the win. 1 ball, 1 strike in the pitch. It's going to be outside here to Pulak, 2-1. Kyan Burns just all over the place at the strike zone here so far, trying to dial in. 2-1 the count. Kyan Burns ready in the pitch is going to be on the inside corner for strike 2. There he gets even to the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And just in the one out the top of the 3rd inning, and Grafton leading Midway-Minto 8-4. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Kyan Burns bear down there and gets the strikeout, his 4th today. 4th tonight, I guess, as we say now. 2 outs here in the inning. Ezra Robinson to come up the shortstop, and Ezra is 0-for-1. He reached on a fielder's choice back at the 1st. First pitch is going to be on the outside corner for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike to count. Of course, we're getting closer to Timberwolves time in the Western Conference Finals, the NBA. Minnesota playing at Oklahoma City tonight at 7:30. The next pitch, a swing and a miss for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to count here to Ezra Robinson. Timberwolves down in the series to OKC tonight, 1-0, trying to even it up. No balls and 2 strikes it goes here to Ezra Robinson. And the pitch, swing and a foul to the backstop. It'll make it 0-2. So just, let's see, get ready for a 65th pitch. It's going to be Kyan Burns here in the game. Kyan making his first appearance in the tournament on the mound. No balls and 2 strikes. Throw over to first base, almost thrown away there by Kyan Burns, but Grafton very thankful that Kyler Jug is still 6 feet 7 inches tall, and he pulled that in rather easily. A 6-footer might have lost that baseball there. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Check swing again and out over at first base. So in around is going to be Ezra Robinson for strike 3. Well, 5 strikeouts now it is for Kyan Burns. And Midway-Minto is out in there out for the 3rd. They get a run, but they leave 2 runners on 1 hit. There were no Grafton errors. At the end now, let's see, 2.5 North Prairie scoreboard from the loser out round of this Region 4 high school baseball tournament here in Park River. It's now Grafton 8 and Midway-Minto 4. We'll go to the bottom of 3 in a moment on KNDK, myVoterland.com, and the MyVoterland app.
When it comes to keeping your tractor moving and your farm running smoothly, trust Jay with the Boys Oil. With reliable diesel, gas, and mobile oil delivery, they've been fueling our community for over 60 years. Want speedy farm delivery? Du Bois Oil is your solution. Contact Jay at 370-1775.
Your one-stop farm headquarters is the Olson Farmers Elevator. See them for grain marketing, fertilizer, chemical, seed, soil sampling, variable rate, and bulk fuel. The Olson Farmers Elevator, your locally owned co-op, serving their patrons for 103 years and counting.
Spraying season is here, and Ryan and Rick at Howard Air are ready to go, offering you dependable ground and aerial spraying. Book your acres today by calling Ryan or Rick at 370-9710. Proudly serving Cavalier County and beyond. It's Howard Air.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Jurgen Olson is leading things off here against Thomas Sitzer, and the first pitch is going to miss for ball 1. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Olson will be followed by Wes Johnson, and the top of the order, and Trenton Keena here in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, and the pitch outside, it'll be 2 balls and a strike. So 8-4 the score. Grafton leading Midway-Minto by 4 runs here in the bottom of 3. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be inside of Jurgen Olson, 3-1. Wes Johnson in the top of the order, and Trenton Keena on deck here in this 3rd inning. 3-1 in the pitch is going to be missing for ball 4. So there's a leadoff walk given up by Trenton Sitzer. Is heading down to first to be Jurgen Olson. Let's see, that's going to be 3 walks for Sitzer in the game. Wes Johnson now will come to the plate, the left fielder. 0-for-1 he is. He grounded to second back in the 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch as he'll show bunt. Well, Johnson, bunt is going to be bunted foul. So the line lands in foul territory. No balls and 1 strike to count. So when it goes here to Wes Johnson, top of the order, and Trenton Keena on deck in the inning. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch is swearing a bunt and putting a great bunt down as Wes Johnson this time, getting on it. It'll be the pitcher Sitzer. He'll throw out Wes Johnson for the out for the first out of the inning, but moving to second base will be Jurgen Olsen. Wes Johnson does his job for the first out of this third inning. Was a runner in scoring position, and now coming up is Trenton Keena. Keena is 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the first. He grounded a second in the second inning. From the stretch, here's the first pitch, and it's going to be inside and hit Trenton Keena. Yes, it's a first batter hit by Sitzer here tonight. So runners on at first and second now, and coming up will be Cruiser Burns. Burns again jacked a home run back in the first game here today. A game that was lost by Grafton 6-1 to Park River area. And here's the first pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss at a high fastball by Burns. There'll be no balls and 1 strike. Spoilers leading again 8-4. They've had 4 runs in the first, 4 in the second so far. And they're trying to get some runs generated now here in the third. Runners on a first and second and 1 away. The ball's to the strike to count at the pitch. Swing and a ball lifted out into right center, coming on and unable to make a catch. Excuse me. Ball will fall in. And the ball hit by Cruiser Burns. Runners had to kind of wait for a second to see that the ball was going to get down or not. It did, and they just stay at second and third base. So runners at every bag. And coming up now will be Kyler Droog, the first baseman. He walked and scored in the first, single and scored in the second. And here's the line of the first pitch, and it's going to be up high, be 1 ball, no strikes to count. To Kyler Droog, who's obviously a big opportunity here for the Spoilers to really blow things open here. They lead by 4 right now. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch high and inside of Droog is 2-0. Infield in for the Mustangs. Here's the try to possibly cut down a run, but 2-0 the count it is now. 2-0 it goes. Here's the wind and the pitch. High and it's ball 3. Again, Watt could bring in a run. Ty Story, the man on deck in the third. So there's going to be, again, a 3-0 pitch upcoming. Here's the wind by Trenton Sitzer, and the 3-0 pitch is going to be high for ball 4. And that's going to be a walk here to bring in a run. Scoring is Jurgen Olsen. And for right now, Shane Robinson is staying in the dugout. So it's a RBI for Kyler Droog, and the bases loaded pass. We'll get a run batted in for that. Bases still loaded now with the score 9-4 Grafton. And at the plate here is Ty Story. He'll take a breaking ball up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Ty Story. He struck out, a single, and he scored a run. 2 RBI single for Ty last time up as a quick throw over the first, and a very close play there, but back in time, they'll say, is Kyler Droog. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Here's the line of the 1-0. And that's going to be up high, 2 balls, so no strikes. Story again, 1 for 2. Looking for a big hit for Grafton. They've scored now in every inning of the Spoilers tonight. Adding a run here in the third. 2-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Grafton again now with Keena at third. Cruiser Burns at second and Droog at first. After Jurgen Olsen scored here a few moments ago on a bases loaded block. 2-1 pitch to Story, and the 2-1 is way outside. It's going to get to the backstop, and that is going to bring in a run. Is sliding in head first to be Trenton Keena to make it now 10-4. And runners will move over to second and third. So while pitch bumps the runners up and a run comes in for Grafton, it'll be 10-4 here now for Ty Story, who's still at the plate. And now with first base open, he's in the count 3-1. Infield still in for Midway-Minto. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Good pitch again there by Trenton Sitzer, but he needs to string a couple of these together now. Kyan Burns is on deck. 3-2 the count here to Ty Story. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's the line of the pitch, and it's high and inside for ball 4. So a walk is given up. It's 5 walks now And Shane Robinson, 5 blocks for Trenton Sitzer, and Shane Robinson will come out. Most likely a move will be made here as Grafton has loaded the bases once again with 1 out. And a pitching move will be coming on. We'll see who's going to take the place of Trenton Sitzer on the hill. We'll take a break and get that scoped out and come back and continue here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Again, it's 10-4 now. Grafton leading Midway-Minto here in high school baseball in the Loser Rock game of the Region 4 tournament. We'll take a pause and continue with the bottom of the 3rd inning in a moment on KNDK, MyBorderland.com, and the MyBorderland app.
Bring the whole family to Sporty's Bar and Grill for lunch or supper, featuring appetizers, burgers, pizza, wings, sandwiches, and a variety of salads. See Sporty's Facebook page for menu and specials. Sporty's Bar and Grill, downtown Langdon.
Farmers Grain of Hoople provides area producers with competitive pricing on chemicals and fertilizer. They also offer custom application. Call the agronomy office at 894-6117 or the elevator at 894-6116 for Hoople Farmers Grain Company. Proud to bring you this portion of the game on KNDK. Witzel Construction does dirt work for various projects, including basements, demolition, loading, hauling, water and sewer lines, septic tank installation, and will also do drain tile and drain field projects. Witzel Construction, Langdon.
North Prairie Ag's goal is to help you put in and maintain the best crop possible. Remember them for seed, chemical, and fertilizer, along with agronomy services. North Prairie Ag, your genuine farmer-owned cooperative with locations in Osnabrock, Nakoma, Edmore, Hampton, Starkweather, and Langdon.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto owners works with independent agents who answer when you call.
See Mostad Insurance Services of Langdon.
All right, friends, we press on here in this 3rd inning. Ben Gaditis is the new pitcher here for Midway-Minto. He threw back on Monday, started the game against Park River area on Monday, threw 41 pitches. So he has plenty of room here in this contest as he'll deliver to Kyan Burns. Bases are loaded here for Grafton. And again, 10-4, the Spoilers leading by 6. Kyan Burns is at the plate, first batter to face Ben Gaditis. Infield still in here for the Mustangs. First pitch. And Burns will swing on that and hit one down to short. The throw ball is going to be thrown in time by Ezra Robinson to 1 up to throw. Great play by Mirka Suski, the catcher from Midway-Minto, to force out Cruiser Burns at the plate 6-2 for the 2nd out of the inning. Kyan Burns will get on at first to the fielder's choice. Bases will still be loaded here for the Spoilers, but now with 2 outs. And the scheduled batter is Soren Olsen. Olsen's had a big night at the plate for Grafton. He had a 2 RBI single in the first, RBI double in the second. As he'll come up, here's the first pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to count. It goes here to Soren Olsen. So again, Ben Gaditis pitching here as the first pitch. Swing and a miss to Olsen. A 1 pitch swing, and Olsen will hit one up the middle. It'll go through for a base hit. Another hit for Soren Olsen. And scoring on the play will be Kyler Droog. And it's going to be 11-4, 3 for 3 tonight for Soren Olsen. Ty Story moves to 3rd on the play. Kyan Burns to 2nd. And an RBI single. 4 runs batted in for Soren Olsen. 11-4 Spoilers. And let's see, now coming to the plate, here's going to be Burley Lillemoen. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. And Gaditis again coming on here in the inning. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 pitch is going to be outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 again. Gaditis just threw 41 pitches on Monday, 94 pitches he could throw yet here. 2-0 pitch. And the pitch is a swing and a ball hit down to short. Up without is Ezra Robinson. Throw to first is in time to retire Lillemoen and the Spoilers here in the 3rd inning. Grafton, though, gets 3 runs this time in their half of the 3rd as they're retired in the bottom of 3. They do it on a pair of hits. They leave 3, and I believe there was 1 Midway-Minto error. At the end now of 3 complete North Prairie Ag scoreboard. It is now 11-4. Grafton leading Midway-Minto. More of this loser out game of the Region 4 tournament at Park River after this on KNDK, MyBorderland.com, the MyBorderland app, and the stable. Langdon Implement, Royal Implement, and Cavalier Equipment, your John Deere dealers, are ready to help for the 2025 crop year. All three stores are now open at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday for your parts, sales, service, and AMS needs. During deer season, get your best price of the year on lawn and garden equipment now in the lot. Take advantage of early season savings for your combines or their Go with their Green Service special. See Langdon Implement, Royal Implement, and Cavalier Equipment. You can ask their parts departments about online John Deere parts discounts.
Columbia Grain delivers quality grain while specializing in corn, soybeans, spring wheat, and canola. Columbia Grain takes pride in being a diversified agriculture company dedicated to serving the producers in local communities. See Columbia Grain in Crystal.
Tax season is here, and what better way to lower your taxes and invest for the future than with an IRA account from FM Bank. Setting up an IRA account is quick and easy. See Carol Mickelson at FM Bank. Hometown banking with your neighbors and friends. Member FDIC.
Good luck to all area teams from Forest Flying Service. See them for aerial and ground chemical application. Call Kevin, Dave, Kenny, or Chad at 256-5108. For crop care by air at its best, it's Forest Flying Service saying go Cardinals all season long.
LaFrance Seed Solutions of Langdon is ready to help you get that crop on the ground with several options and varieties of top quality seed. Call Austin at 256-2374. Wishing the Cards and all area teams best of luck this tournament season. LaFrance Seed Solutions, Highway 1, Langdon.
Okay, let's roll it to the top of the fourth. 8-9-1 batters here for Midway-Minto. We're trailing now the Grafton Spoilers 11-4 as Anton Albright will swing and miss to the first pitch. From Kyan Burns for strike one, Stefan Cotta, then Eli Robinson. 8-9-1 batters for Midway-Minto here in the fourth. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on, it's fouled high to the netting here, and it's going to be no balls and 2 strikes. Albright struck out against Burns back in the second inning. Again, the loser of this game does not get to play anymore in this tournament. This loser out game, winner done for the year. Winner will play on tomorrow as Anton Albright take a fastball from Burns for strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Kyan Burns today. And again, Mancata DHing for Blake Lizakowski, the second baseman. Will come up here with nobody on him, 1 out. And as Kyan Burns ready to go as the first pitch is inside for ball 1. If you missed the scores from earlier today, you're on the North Prairie Ag scoreboard. This Region 4 tournament, loser out game, Midway-Minto beat Langdon Budick 6-5 in a loser out game earlier today. Then it was a winner's bracket game, 6-1 win for Park River area over Grafton. And as the ball now is strike thrown here to Steph Moncada. Eli Robinson on deck in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to count of the pitch. A swing and a bouncer down to third. And knocking that down will be Johnson. The throw to first is going to be not in time. Good infield hit there, I think, for Steph Moncada. It'll be a single and a man on here in the fourth inning. Close play there. Wes Johnson, or I should say not Wes Johnson, but Sam Green nearly got the runner there over at first base. Close play, a bang-bang situation, but there's a runner on at first here with 1 out, and Eli Robinson coming up. As the first pitch is into Robinson, missing for ball 1. Robinson singled and scored in the first. He grounded back to the mound in the second. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ball lifted out in the left center. Keena backed it up a little bit, and he was ready to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So Eli Robinson is retired for out number 2. 2 outs, 1 on, and Ben Gaditis coming to the plate. Gaditis is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Watson scored in the third inning. And a runner on at first base here in Steph Moncada. From the stretch, here's the pitch, and a breaking ball across for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to count. So when it goes here, the next pitch is inside, and that might hit it. If hit Ben Gaditis, it did. He's hit by the pitch, I should say, so it's going to be runners at first and second. Moving to second base will be Stefan Cotta. Runners at first and second now for Merrick Oseski, the catcher. He is 2 for 2 in the game, a couple of singles. Has got him on base twice. Midway-Minto trailing 11-4, but now runners on at first and second with 2 outs. here in this fourth inning. And both these teams fighting to get into the Region 4 title game tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow morning as the first pitch is in for strike one. 11 a.m. start for the game tomorrow with the Park River area Aggies playing the winner of this game you're listening to now. The ball's a one strike. And the pitch is outside and low. It'll be 1-1. I'll get away for a moment from Cruiser Burns. He'll get on it before anybody tries to advance. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. So 1-1 it goes here. 77 pitches thrown out by Kyan Burns. Has plenty enough to finish the game if needed. Here is the next pitch is outside of low. It's 2-1. Ball is going to get away, and boy, it was a great throw, great play for Cruiser Burns to throw out. Steph Moncada got a late start to third, but Burns totally just almost whiffed on the throw and threw it way low and way outside, and everybody's safe. So Moncada safe at third, Goditis at second. It'll be a wild pitch, I believe will be officially called there. 2-1 the count. Even though it should be most likely have been the end of the inning. 2-1 pitch. Outside to the batter at the plate, Merrick Oseski, 3-1. Andrew Risky on deck here in the fourth. 3 balls and a strike. Kyan Burns trying to get out of this top of the fourth inning. As the 3-1 pitch outside for ball 4. Well, loading him up again. Here is Midway-Minto this time here in the fourth inning. Kyan Burns, a walk to load the bases. His second walk to the game. He's hit a batter in this inning, of course, as well. Now Andrew Risky will come to the plate. Risky is struck out, and he's reached out a fielder's choice. So runners at the corners as Kyan Burns ready, and the first pitch to Risky is high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. We're just past 7 o'clock now. You're listening to Region 4 High School Baseball Tournament on KNDK, AM and FM, Langdon Walhalla Cavalier. Hello to our listeners on MyBorderland.com, the MyBorderland app, and folks that are watching and listening to the game on the stable. Jake Coolan here with you. Glad to have you along with us here wherever you may be. It's Risky. Andrew Risky will swing in the next pitch. Swing and miss the pitch by Kyan Burns. That'll be 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is going to be on the outside corner for strike 2. So 1-2 the count it is to Risky. And again, the Spoilers are once again a pitch away from working out of this fourth inning. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch, curveball outside of low to get to the backstop. A wild pitch and coming in to score will be Moncada to make it 11-5. Run scores for Midway-Minto here in the top of the fourth inning. On a wild pitch, moving to third on the plate is Goditis, moving to second is Merrick Kosowski. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes to counter to Andrew Risky. So for 2 again so far here in the game. So it's going to be a pitch to Risky to swing and a foul ball. Just getting a piece of that, stay alive with the count as Risky and keep this top of the fourth alive. Is again coming up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. So 2-2 it goes. He is ready to roll. Here is Kyan Burns. Looks to third and comes with the pitch. Swing by Risky and a pop-up and a foul ball down the left field line. You know, keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So payoff pitch upcoming. Here to Andrew Risky. Trenton Sitzer's on deck. Should Risky reach? A walk would load the bases here, but Kyan Burns trying to close out the top of the fourth. 2-2 pitch. Good curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. And that'll do it. 7 strikeouts. I'll do it in the fourth for Midway-Minto. 7 Ks, 7 strikeouts for Kyan Burns. Midway-Minto leaves them loaded in the fourth inning. They get no runs on no hits. They leave on 1 hit, I should say. They leave 2 runners. They don't leave them quite loaded. They leave 2 on base. And the word of wares. The end now of 3.5. We're halfway through this one. Finally, we can say that here this Loser Rock Gaming, the Region 4 High School Baseball Tournament. And again, after 3.5, North Prairie Ag scoreboard, it is Grafton 11 and Midway-Minto 5. We'll go to the bottom here of the fourth inning in a moment on KNDK, MyBorderland.com, the MyBorderland app.
This portion of the game is brought to you by Clyde Farm Service and Supply. See them for Westfield and Meridian Augers and Bear Track Utility Trailers. Clyde Farm Service and Supply wishes best luck to all area teams.
Christie Motors is a premier Ford dealership that is committed to customer service. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, see Christie Motors, your local Ford dealer in Langdon.
Our customers are our neighbors, farmers, small business owners, and we stand by them in good times and challenging times. With Choice Bank, you'll feel like we put you first, because we always have. Join our family at bankwithchoice.com. Choice Bank, member FDIC.
Working from home is made easier with help from United and Turtle Mountain Communications. Let their high-speed internet give you one less thing to worry about, with strong connections that keep you connected for all of your online work. Visit UTMA.com. United and Turtle Mountain Communications, yesterday, today, tomorrow.
When it comes to keeping your tractor moving and your farm running smoothly, trust Jay with the Boys Oil. With the reliable diesel, gas, and mobile oil delivery, they've been fueling our community for over 60 years. Want speedy farm delivery? Du Bois Oil is your solution. Contact Jay at 370-1775.
Your one-stop farm headquarters is the Olson Farmers Elevator. See them for grain marketing, fertilizer, chemical, seed, soil sampling, variable rate, and bulk fuel. The Olson Farmers Elevator, your locally owned co-op, serving their patrons for 103 years and counting.
Right, we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Jurgen Olsen is leading things off here against Bengalitis. First pitch is in for missing for a ball, I guess it was. Next pitcher missed outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Bengalitis in his second inning of relief here for the Mustangs. 11-5, a 6-run lead for Grafton. Next pitch to Jurgen Olsen is a swing and a foul back it out of play. So make it 2-1. Wes Johnson in the top of the order of follow for Grafton and Trenton Keena. Here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 2-1 pitch. It's going to be low. It's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 it is to Jurgen Olsen, who walked and scored his last time up. He's also popped out in the game. 3-1 pitch, and it's in there for strike 2. So the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Jurgen Olsen. And a payoff pitch upcoming. 3 balls and 2 strikes to pitch outside for ball 4. Let's see, that's going to be a walk issued here now to first walk of the game for Bengalitis. It's going to be a leadoff man on here at the bottom of 4. Leadoff man on here for Grafton, and coming up is Wes Johnson, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to second in the second inning, sacrifice bunt in the third. Here's the first pitch, and showing bunt is Wes Johnson, pulls it back, and he'll take a pitch for a ball from Bengalitis. Top of the order on deck for Grafton here in the fourth. Spoilers has scored in every inning of this game so far. 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. As now is Jimmy Johnson showing bunt, but takes a pitch inside as he backs out of the way again. It'll be 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count. And it's going to be a lead out for first again for Jurgen Olsen. The pitch inside, that's going to hit Wes Johnson. So hit by pitch, I should say, will follow a walk. And Grafton's got runners out at first and second out for Trenton Keena. Keena 1 for 2, single scored in the first, grounded to second in the second inning. Hit by a pitch and scored a run in the third. And is Gaditis checking back to second. And the pitch is outside on the corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. So when it goes here to Trenton Keena, getting runners at first and second. We haven't anything close to resembling a 1-2-3 inning in this one yet, including this bottom of the fourth. 0-1 pitch. Inside, outside, I should say, the left-handed batter. Keena, the ball will get to the backstop. Wild pitch will put Jurgen Olsen to third base. And we'll put Wes Johnson to second. So runners in scoring position here. Nobody out. 1-1 to Trenton Keena. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it is Gaditis ready. Comes with the pitch. Swing, and Keena will swing and lift one into shallow left field. Drifting over and making the catch. Out there is going to be Gaditis. Taking up is Jurgen Olsen, and he'll get in there safely. With the 12th run of the game for Grafton. They'll lead now 12-5. So to score an RBI there, it'll be for Trenton Keene on the sac fly. It'll be one out of the inning. Holding at second base is Wes Johnson, out for Cruiser Burns, the catcher. So it's going to be Ben Gaditis looking over to second base, and the pitch is low. It's going to be 1 ball, no strikes. So 1-0 the count. Cruiser Burns is singled. He's been hit by a pitch and he's walked. He's scored 2 runs so far in the game. 1 ball, no strikes to the pitch outside, 2-0. Spoilers obviously would love to score 3 more runs, and then they would get a chance to win the game by the 10-run rule in the 5th. But they need to score 3 more times to do that. 2 balls and no strikes are up 12-5. The next pitch is in for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count. Again, we'll have 1, possibly 2 more games in this tournament tomorrow. Region 4 championship. 11 a.m. the start time for that. Park River area against the winner of the game you're listening to now, here between the Spoilers and the Mustangs. As the next pitch is going to be outside to Cruiser Burns, 3-1. Kyler Droog on deck. So 3 balls and a strike in the pitch, as Burns will swing on that and foul it back and out of play. Count will work to 3-2 here to the catcher here for the Spoilers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a payoff pitch upcoming here, 12-5. Get a 7-run lead for Grafton. As now Burns will call timeout for some unknown reason, and we'll try it again. So Cruiser Burns trying to mess with the concentration here. Ben Gaditis here perhaps is ready to throw a 3-2 pitch. And the 3-2. He's going to be swung on by Burns and roped on a single out to left field. Holding at third base on the play of Wes Johnson, and Cruiser Burns now will go to first. Runners at the corners, and coming up is going to be Kyler Droog, the first baseman. So Kyler Droog will check in. He's reached base 3 times here in this one. Walked twice, singled, and he scored 3 runs. Big RBI chance for him here once again. This to the player on the mound. Here's Ben Gaditis. As Gaditis will check the runners, come with the pitch, and it's swung on by Drugan, foul back and out of play. No balls and 1 strike to count. Again, 1 run so far in this inning here for Grafton, and they lead 12-5, looking to add to it. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 is inside a low for a ball. Heading down to second will be Cruiser Burns, and they will look him into second base. The runners at second and third. Here for Grafton with, again, just the 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. It is here to Kyler Droog. 1-1 pitch is inside. It'll be 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1 it goes here to Droog, who is, again, reached base all 3 times. He scored 3 times. Got an RBI. Out of bases, little block back to the 3rd inning. 2-1 in the pitch is outside, 3 balls and a strike. Walk with low the bases for Ty Story here in the 4th inning. Again, runners at second and third, 3-1 the count to Droog. 3-1 pitch. Low for ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Bases full here for Grafton. So they've got a runner at every bag, and now coming up is Ty Story. Story is 1 for 2. He struck out in the first, 2 RBI single, a run scored in the second. And he walked his last time up in the 3rd. So it's going to be, again, a runner to every bag here. And the first pitch will miss to Ty Story. And it's 1 ball, no strikes to count. So now the potential 10-run rule, possible runs are on base here. Grafton needs to score 3 more times, and they can get a chance to end the game with the 10-run rule in the top of the 5th. But again, still a ways to go from there as Ty Story will swing and miss on the next pitch from Ben Gaditis. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1-2 the count. Again, it is Wes Johnson at third, Cruiser Burns in second, Kyler Droog at first with 1 out. Here for the Spoilers in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing, and a ball hit down to third. They're going to try to get the run at home, and they will. As nice job by Anton Albright over at third base. He'll throw home to get the lead runner, Wes Johnson, for a force out at the plate for the second out of the inning. Safe at first as Ty Story at a fielder's choice. So the bases are still loaded for Grafton, but now with 2 away. And coming up here is going to be Kyan Burns, the pitcher. Burns is 1 for 3. Single and scored, RBI in the first. Reached down here, stole a base and scored in the second, and he reached the fielder's choice in the third. So, Ty Story now looks like he's turned an ankle going down the first baseline, and he is going to have to come out of the game, at least for now. So it's going to be a pinch runner here for Grafton. His Story now actually looks a little better as he gets closer here to the bench. He'll try to walk that off and come out in the next half inning. So a pinch runner on here for Grafton. And to the plate again is Kyan Burns. And we're trying to get this game in before the sun goes down. No lights here again at North Sarkoff Field here in Park River. So, again, we still have plenty of daylight left. But let's get moving here, right? This means where he comes out, a change in the player. There's Kyan Burns. Will take a pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to Kyan Burns. Bases are still loaded here for the Spoilers. But now 2 outs again in the inning. 1-0 with the pitch. Swing by Burns and a ball lifted out into shallow right center field. Long run for Goodsell. He'll dive in. He does not make the catch. And 2 runs are going to score. So going on contact is Grafton. Goodsell got to give him great effort out there in right field, but he does not come up with the baseball. So a bloop single for Kyan Burns will bring in 2 runs. And the hot-hitting Soren Olsen now will come to the plate. And you have a third base on the plays, that pinch runner for Ty Story. And it's runners at the corners now for Soren Olsen. 14-5. Grafton leading by 9 runs. 2 RBIs there for Kyan Burns. As the runner goes, Chase Winterovich now ready to first. He'll go to second base. And a ball hit by Soren Olsen deep out on the right again, and that is going to fall in for another hit. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. A bloop single for Soren Olsen. How about Soren out to right center? 4 for 4 in the game, and that now gives him, 6 runs batted in. And a big night it is for Soren Olsen. So it's going to be just the runner at first here. And Soren Olsen now, and it's 16-5. So the Spoilers are up by 11. They'll have a chance to end the game by the 10-run rule here at the top of the 5th. As the throw over to first is going to get away. Gets away from Andy Pulak and the throw from Goditis, and ended up over at second base as Olsen. Now he's going to try to get to third, and he will be safe at third base. On an error there against Midway-Minto, their third of the night. So now a runner over at third, and waiting for his first pitch here is Brody Lillemoen. First pitch, Lillemoen will swing on, and he'll lift that out in the right. And your Sitzer now out there, Trenton Sitzer, I believe that is, and he'll make the catch here for the third out of the inning. Okay, anyway, we'll tell you that Grafton is out in their half of the 4th inning. They end up picking up 5 runs. They do it on 3 hits. How about Soren Olsen again? 6 RBIs tonight for Grafton. At the end of 4 down, the North Prairie Ag scoreboard is Grafton 16 and Midway-Minto 5. Last call for the Mustangs in this game and for their season. And we return for that in just a moment. We'll go to the top of the 5th next on K&DK, MyPorterland.com, and the MyPorterland app.
Spraying season is here, and Ryan and Rick at Howard Air are ready to go, offering you dependable ground and aerial spraying. Book your acres today by calling Ryan or Rick at 370-9710. Proudly serving Cavalier County and beyond. It's Howard Air.
At Egg Country Farm Credit Services, we know that it takes preparation, hard work, and a full team effort to achieve success. So no matter what field you're competing on, we salute all our local athletes. Egg Country Farm Credit Services, experts in every field.
Built from the ground up by a legendary farmer, Simplot has delivered farming innovation for over 75 years. American-based and family-run to this day, Simplot Grower Solutions is grounded in field-proven products and insights. And good luck to all area teams.
Building or remodeling? See Walhalla Building Center. From Midcoda Windows, Edco Steel Siding, Malarkey Shingles, Aristocraft Cabinets, Valspar Paint, and everything else you'll need to complete your project. Good luck, Cardinals, from the Walhalla Building Center.
Go Langdon from the T.R. Wayne Insurance Agency. For farm, home, crop, business, life, and auto insurance, see the locally owned and operated T.R. Wayne Insurance Agency in Langdon or call 256-2166.
Bring the whole family to Sporty's Bar and Grill for lunch or supper, featuring appetizers, burgers, pizza, wings, sandwiches, and a variety of salads. See Sporty's Facebook page for menu and specials. Sporty's Bar and Grill, downtown Langdon.
Farmers Grain of Hoople provides area producers with competitive pricing on chemicals and fertilizer. They also offer custom application. Call the agronomy office at 894-6117 or the elevator at 894-6116 for Hoople Farmers Grain Company. Proud to bring you this portion of the game on KNDK.
All right, here we go in the fifth inning. First pitch from Kyan Burns to Trenton Sitzer is a foul ball. No balls and one strike. Midway-Minto has to generate at least 2 runs here in the city to keep it alive, or the game will end by the 10-run rules. A breaking ball thrown by Burns to Sitzer will miss. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Trenton Sitzer's reached base twice in this game, singled and scored, and he's also walked. Next pitch. That's going to be in for a strike. So, pitch comes in here. Sitzer again at the plate. And a 2-strike count of the pitch inside, and Kyan Burns will hit a batter here as he hits Trenton Sitzer. Will head down to first base. So leadoff man on here for Andy Pulak. Pulak is the first baseman here today for the Mustangs, and will come to the plate now. Again, Midway-Minto needing to score 2 runs to keep this game alive. 16-5 the score. Midway-Minto trailing by 11. As Pulak ready in the first pitch is a swing and a ball lifted out in the center. Can of corn type fly ball there, making the catch. It'll be Trenton Keaton, and Pulak is retired for the first out of the inning. And it's going to be 1 out, 1 on now for a pinch hitter actually coming up here for Midway-Minto. So it's going to be Christian Goditis at the plate. Will come up here, the runner on at first. Yes, the first pitch is going to be upstairs. It's going to be 1 ball, no strikes. Here to the batter at the plate. Yes, the next pitch will be a swing and a foul ball. It'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike. So Christian Goditis again hitting for Ezra Robinson here. 1 ball, 1 strike of the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Trenton Sitzer still on at first base here with 1 out in the inning. 16-5 Grafton. They're trying to end the game here by the 10-run rule. Next pitch is going to be inside. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, just 2 outs away we are from finding out perhaps who's going to be in our championship game tomorrow. So next pitch to Goditis is high. It'll be 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lead off here at first here by Sitzer. The pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3. 8 strikeouts it is for Kyan Burns in the game. 2 away now here for Midway-Minto. They're down to their last out, not only this game, but of their season. Well, Midway-Minto, no matter what's got to be happy they got their first win of the year. They came in winless. Won over Langdon-Budick earlier today with 6 runs in the 6th inning. And ended up winning 6-5. Coming back to win 6-5. And the Cardinals were up 5-0 in one time in the game. Here's the first pitch. It's into Anton Albright. It's going to be in there for strike 1. Albright getting his first chance to play here in this one. Batting, or I should say it's Glenn Goodsell batting for Anton Albright. We'll get that correct. Goodsell is swinging a foul back and out of play, and that's the 100th pitch thrown by Kyan Burns, and down to the last strike of the game is Midway-Minto. No balls and 2 strikes to count. In the 0-2, swing and a ball hit up the middle. It's taken by Burns on 1 hop. Kyan Burns throws to first. It's in time for the out, and that'll do it. It'll be a 10-run rule win for Grafton over Midway-Minto. North Prairie Ag scoreboard, our final, Grafton 16 and Midway-Minto 5. Grafton moved their record up to 7-11 on the season. And ending their year at 1-12 will be Midway-Minto. And the Spoilers will move on to this tournament. They'll play tomorrow in another game against Park River area for the championship of this Region 4 tourney. It'll be early tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll have it for you on KNDK, MyBorderland.com, and the MyBorderland app. Again, 16-5, the final score here in this loser-out game of the Region 4 tournament. Grafton over Midway-Minto. Ending our three-game day of this Region 4 tournament. We'll be back to recap it and bring you the Farmers and Merchant State Bank players of the game of our last contest with the Spoilers and the Mustangs. And then again, recap our whole day of coverage and close out our day two coverage of this Region 4 tournament next on KNDK, MyBorderland.com, my Borderland app, and the stable.
Go Langdon from the T.R. Wayne Insurance Agency. For farm, home, crop, business, life, and auto insurance, see the locally owned and operated T.R. Wayne Insurance Agency in Langdon or call 256-2166.
Bring the whole family to Sporty's Bar and Grill for lunch or supper, featuring appetizers, burgers, pizza, wings, sandwiches, and a variety of salads. See Sporty's Facebook page for menu and specials. Sporty's Bar and Grill, downtown Langdon.
Farmers Grain of Hoople provides area producers with competitive pricing on chemicals and fertilizer. They also offer custom application. Call the agronomy office at 894-6117 or the elevator at 894-6116 for Hoople Farmers Grain Company. Proud to bring you this portion of the game on KNDK. Witzel Construction does dirt work for various projects, including basements, demolition, loading, hauling, water and sewer lines, septic tank installation, and will also do drain tile and drain field projects. Witzel Construction, Langdon.
North Prairie Ag's goal is to help you put in and maintain the best crop possible. Remember them for seed, chemical, and fertilizer, along with agronomy services. North Prairie Ag, your genuine farmer-owned cooperative with locations in Osnabrock, Nakoma, Edmore, Hampton, Starkweather, and Langdon.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto owners works with independent agents who answer when you call.
See Mostad Insurance Services of Langdon.
Langdon Implement, Royal Implement, and Cavalier Equipment, your John Deere dealers, are ready to help for the 2025 crop year. All three stores are now open at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday for your parts, sales, service, and AMS needs. During deer season, get your best price of the year on lawn and garden equipment now in the lot. Take advantage of early season savings for your combines or go with a green service special. See Langdon Implement, Royal Implement, and Cavalier Equipment. You can ask their parts departments about online John Deere parts discounts. Right, our final score of our last game, loser-out game of this Region 4 high school baseball tournament. Grafton 16, Midway-Minto 5. Midway-Minto ends their season with a record of 1 and 1-12 it's going to be. Just one senior they lose, though, and that is Ben Goditis, who was on the mound there at the end of the game. Congrats to Ben on a great high school baseball career, and I guess his athletic career kind of finishes up here for Midway-Minto here with the final game today. Let's bring you the line scores. 16 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for Grafton of the game. 5 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Midway-Minto. Went on the mound for Kyan Burns, struck out 8 batters in the win, walked 2, hit a couple of batters, and he will get the victory. Taking the loss on the mound will be the starting pitcher, Thomas Sitzer, here for Midway-Minto. He went the first 2 innings, went the first 2 2/3 innings. Take the loss, Goditis went the rest of the way. Hitting starts for both teams. Got to start with a career day for Soren Olsen, the right fielder here for Grafton. 4 for 4, 3 singles, 3 base hits, a double, and he had 6 runs batted in. He was 4 for 4 at the plate, was Olsen today. Cruiser Burns was 2 for 2 at the plate, reached base 4 times with a pair of singles. For Grafton, Kyler Drew reached base 4 times. He walked 3 times, singled, and scored a run. Ty Story was 1 for 3 with a single and a 2 RBI single and a run scored. And Jorgen Olsen walked twice and scored twice here for Grafton. For Midway-Minto, Eli Robinson 1 for 3 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Marek Kosacki was 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. Trenton Sitzer was 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. He reached base 3 times, as did Oseski today, and it was Steph Moncada going 1 for 2 of the runs scored. Runs of the game. There was a run in every half inning except for the top of the fifth here today for both teams. Grafton 4 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth for their 16 runs in the game. And it was Midway-Minto 1 run in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. 16-5 the final. It's a game called by the 10-run rule after 5 innings. Let's go to our players of the game for this one. Again, Grafton moving on out of the championship against Park River area, which we'll talk about here in a moment. But first, our players of the game for our last game of day 2 of this Region 4 high school baseball tournament. Again, Grafton wins 16-5 over Midway-Minto. Our players of the game are sponsored by the Farmers and Merchants State Bank in Langdon.
Buying or building a home? Stop in and visit Kayla with FM Bank. She has the expertise to help with home financing. Stop in to visit about the many options available. FM Bank, hometown banking with your neighbors and friends. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Players of the game sponsored by the Farmers and Merchants State Bank. Again, a 10-run rule win for Grafton over Midway-Minto, 16-5. Players of the game, again, the FM Bank players of the game for both teams. Soren Olsen, no doubt player of the game for Grafton in this one. 4 for 4 at the plate. 3 singles, 2 doubles, 6 runs batted in. He had a run-scoring hit all 4 times he was up, and he was up in every inning of this game, in the first, second, third, and fourth innings. Soren Olsen, no doubt player of the game for Grafton. And for Midway-Minto, we'll go with the guy that got 2 hits today. That's Marek Oseski. He led the team with 2 hits in this one. He'll be the player of the game for Midway-Minto. Marek Oseski and Soren Olsen are Farmers and Merchants State Bank players of the game. Well, we're done at day 2 of this tournament, 2 days later than we thought we were going to, but we're going to be ready to go now for the championship tomorrow. We look forward to the Region 4 High School Baseball Championship game. It'll be an 11 a.m. start due to graduations and things like that for the area this weekend, so they're going to try to get the baseball tournament stuff done early tomorrow. And that means we'll have a championship game with Park River area, the top seed, against third seed at Grafton, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Here on KNDK, MyBorderland.com, and my Borderland app. We'll talk to you then. Thanks to our sponsors up and down the line for getting this tournament on the air. Thank you, great people, for listening. One more time, our final scores of our 3 games of day 2 of this Region 4 high school baseball tournament. Loser out game started the day. It was Midway-Minto 6 and Langdon Budick 5. Winners bracket game saw Park River area 6 and Grafton 1. And you just heard another loser out game with Grafton winning over Midway-Minto 6-5. Again, we'll talk to you tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch. Tomorrow morning on KNDK and all of our other media outlets for Park River and Grafton for the right to go to the state high school baseball tournament. We'll visit with you tomorrow morning. Until then, Jake Coolin saying enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening.